Can you give after 3 days, assessment of where the offensive line is right now?
I think we're an improved group from the spring till now in terms of our physical development, our conditioning. I think our awareness is good of what they're supposed to do. And as we got going today, I felt like we got better and better. So I still think we have a long way to go. I think the thing that's interesting is we have a lot of different parts or different pieces that we have to choose from. Instead of it being 6 guys, we have to make those 6 guys be the guys. We've got a lot more choices. Sure. And so now we have to rep them and see who rises to the top in that. I mean, we've got a competition at center of 3 guys, and clearly any one of those 3 guys could be the starter. And, you know, right now Jacoby's a little bit ahead, but the other 2 guys will push him, Billy Price and Chad Lindsey. So that's going to be interesting, but that's a long way from being settled. But go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of the center battle, I mean, what do you see from Chad Lindsey? I mean, coming as a senior from a pretty prestigious program. I mean, has he adjusted well from what you've seen? And
yeah, I think he had a little rust here the last couple of days because he didn't go through spring ball at Alabama, so he missed some football, you know, from the end of their season. You know, his last football was early January till now. But I see a lot of good things out of him. He's very smart, very hardworking, very committed, and has good fundamental background. So all the terminology and everything was new at a no-huddle pace, which we run. And he was a little rusty because, like I said, he hadn't competed in pads in a long time. But I think he can come along.
At what point in August, Ed, do you want to start paring this down to have, you know, your 5 guys there?
You know, 2 weeks, 10 days before you get to the first game, probably. You'd like to hone it in on the last 6 guys maybe, and maybe there's one battle that's still kind of going on. And then who knows, maybe I've done this before where you have a position where 2 guys are so equal that you kind of rotate them. You know, 2 series in, next guy's in 2 series, and you kind of do it by committee at a position. So that could be the case too. You never know. But I've done that, and that's worked well. So we'll just see how that plays out. But, you know, we'd like to have it pretty close by then, 2 weeks to 10 days.
Can you talk about the other 2 spots?
Are trending that way?
I think we're asking the same thing. Just the other 2. So you're not looking for 3 starters so much. You're looking for 6 or 9 guys you can play. What about the other?
Yeah, well, we're looking for 5 starters first.
Okay.
But we have a lot of choices. That's what I'm saying. There's probably 10, 11 guys to choose from for that.
Are the other 2 any more clear-cut?
You know, I mean, I think for sure Taylor will start.
Right.
You know, and he's moved over to left tackle. I think Pat will probably start. I mean, those 2 guys are kind of established themselves. Then the other positions are a battle. I mean, you've got Darryl Baldwin and Chase Ferris battling.
Yep.
Evan Lyle's working there as well, some at tackle.
Okay.
You know, at the other guard position, you've got Tony Underwood. You've got Joel Hale working there. Marcellus Jones, who came in January, is working in there in the 2 deep. I mean, he's got some talent, so we'll just see how that plays out.
How about the freshmen? Knox or Jamarco, are they making?
Oh, they're pretty impressive. They're pretty impressive. We'll see if see how it plays out as they go through training camp. But wow, they both really impressed me today. They didn't. They're the kind of guys that should be at Ohio State.
Pretty difficult for an 18, 19-year-old kid, though. While they may be impressive, I mean, those are men in there now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're physically, I think, capable of competing in there. It's just learning the no huddle, learning the tempo, and then sustaining it through camp, because consistency is going to determine a lot of this down the stretch.
If Billy Price doesn't win this